guys ready?
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, week 4, getting into Pac-12 play. Really excited about that. We've got to make tremendous improvement though, because we're playing by far the best team, best offense we've seen to date, and guys are excited about the opportunity. Also excited about it, being Joe Roth game. We try to talk to our players about what kind of a special person he was and how revered he was for his never quit attitude, and we want our guys to play like that. And so to get a chance to honor him, it just makes it extra special that we're focused on our opponent and trying to get better ourselves.
As you mentioned the never quit attitude, what has prompted kind of that on the field for you guys in the second half in particular?
Well, I think our guys believe in what we're doing. We try to talk to them about a Fido mentality. Forget it and drive on. We gave up 2 big plays for touchdowns in the first half, and our guys knew the rest of the time that if we'll play and keep them in front of us, we'll be all right. And our guys really believe in themselves. They believe in what we're doing, and if you'll just keep chopping wood, eventually good things are going to happen to us. And it came through. We had 3 passes for 185 yards out of the 300 whatever they had, and then they had another 41 passes for 100 and something. And so our guys realize that hey, if we'll get more consistent, we can play good football.
What makes Sam Darnold such a difficult guy to defend?
Well, he's a little bit like last week. He's got a tremendous arm strength, great mobility. The difference is he's a lot bigger and more physical. And so anytime you've got a quarterback that's multi-dimensional, I think it's difficult. You've got to account for him in the run game, got to account for him extending plays, and they got some really explosive receivers. So it's a difficult task, but our guys are looking forward to the challenge.
Burnett jump pass he threw?
Yeah, I mean those kind of things. Texas was in a situation where they're pressuring him, and I don't know if that was pre-planned, but to escape and get the ball off, knowing that there's a lot of space. Yeah, I'm sure they probably have. He's a pretty special athlete.
The lion's share of the receptions have gone to Burnett so far, but they have Vaughns, who had four catches last game, was a 5-star guy coming out. How do you account for a guy like that who is explosive, but you haven't seen a whole hell of a lot of him on tape?
Well, they've got a lot of guys that are really, really talented, and so you'd love to be able to double them all. You can't. So you got to pick your spots and who you're going to double at certain times, and you hope by mixing up coverages and mixing up our pressures that we can hopefully get them a little off balance.
The folks that cover USC said that the blitzing and the different twists and stunts that Texas really did a number on USC, and that's what you guys have. Do you see any similarities between what they did and what you guys
Well,
do?
they base out of odd, and they do some similar things to us, but we run the Cal defense. We don't run the Texas defense, and obviously we study that tape to see where we can hopefully gain some advantages and see where they're going to get attacked.
How much more confident is this defense now than from when you first got here?
Well, I think we've made strides that way. I think anytime you have a little bit of success, it can give you confidence in what you do. We're far from a finished product, and so while we're probably more confident than when we were in the spring we're just learning it. Anytime you're just learning a new package, you're thinking about it. We're getting more closer to what I call flow state, where you know what to do and you just react. And if you have confidence and you're in that flow state, I think you can at least approach your top speed. And if you're not playing fast, you can't play defense, especially in the Pac-12. Our guys are getting closer to playing fast.
How is Funchess done with Cam Saffel, who's been out the past couple of weeks? How's Funchess done in his place?
I think he's really improved. Early on, we didn't set the edge very well. He's gotten much better at that. He had some really good pass rush coming off the edge the other night. I like his progress. He's a guy that, when he was recruited, was a defensive end in the 4-3, and we've had to kind of convert him. So it's been a process, but I like the progress he's making.
Is it a lot of his hands getting better, his feet getting better,
it's a combination, but I think it's just understanding the position. There's a lot of nuance to our outside linebacker position, and just understanding how to read backfield sets, read the surface that's in front of you, understand what the coverage is, where our fit is, and so it's just a matter of putting that all together and processing it quickly before the play.
how happy are you with some of the progress of these guys, like Cam Good for his interception? He can drop back into his zone, and how pleased are you that these guys are being able to play without thinking as much?
Well, we knew Cam in the spring picked it up very, very well. He's a guy who's prototypical of what we're looking for at that position. He's got the length, the athletic ability. He's a guy that can rush the passer, drop in coverage. When I was at a different school, we recruited him because we saw that in him. And I'm really glad that the Cal Bears got him because I like coaching him. But I think he's just scratching the surface as far as what he can do. Like I said, he's got a complete toolkit for what we're looking for in our outside linebackers. The only thing we got to do is continue to put food on his plate and get him to eat. Because I don't know if he doesn't like our dining hall or what, but he tells me he keeps eating, but he's got to gain some more weight.
Still too skinny.
Yeah.
You went through a lot of DBs last week, and Darius came on in the end. What he's a guy who everyone think a lot of folks figured would start this year. What did he give you, and what does that show you about him? That hey, he's still able to go out there and do something for you.
Well, the thing is, he's a competitor. He's been in the fray before. Sometimes you get guys who have not been in it. The game gets real fast. He's been in a situation where he understands, even though it's brand new schemes, he's been in the environment, and so I think there's a confidence that comes with experience, and I think he's got that.
That's good. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Sure. All right.